I'm saying Trayvon didn't make it to 17. What about the little boy, Tamir Rice?
Like 11?
He was 12.
You know what I mean? Like, how many black kids have we seen them not defend? You want to tell me all lives matter, motherfucker? I ain't seen half you white people in these comments defend none of these black kids when they got shot in the manner that you're defending this 17-year-old kid.
One goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. And it's real niggas do real fucking things.
The police must have some fucking nerve in a climate of all this shit going on to still be shooting black men. That says everything you need to know about the culture of police.
Yeah.
Like,
that's absolutely true.
We've said it before, though, because it's been flabbergasting me for a while. Every time we have a new one, I'm like, yo,
it's ingrained.
Like, how many? A nigga just got killed. A nigga just got killed. A nigga just got killed. That lady just got killed. Like, bro, we still we still reacted to that.
We ain't grieved off nobody yet, for real.
And
y'all keep adding bodies.
It's like a disease.
That's not intentional, though. Oh, I'm saying that's intentional, though. What they're doing. That's at this point they're doing it because they know.
Yeah, like they're also trying to make a point. Like they're trying to make a point or something. Like they're trying to really tell us we can do this.
Especially what happened with Homeboy. Like they let him walk right past. Like
same police.
Yeah, same police.
So no, we gonna get to the Kenosha killer, though. But I'm gonna start with Jacob Blake. So apparently, he was breaking up a fight
between two white girls, huh?
Between two people. Yep. And he comes, and they try to like taser him and all this. He feel like, what are you fucking detaining me for? Fuck you, basically. He goes to his car.
Where his kids are.
And gets shot the fuck up because their taser wasn't working. So they shoot him in the back.
Holds his shirt and they shoot him.
7 times in the back. And I remember me and Joe was talking about it, that we just was happy a motherfucker was alive, because usually that ain't the story.
That's hard to survive.
What? I made a fucked up joke, but I was like, damn, they shooting us so much, we bulletproof. We getting bulletproof now, like, damn.
I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there, and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward in life, can be taken from you like this, man. I got staples in my back, staples in my damn stomach. You do not want to have to deal with this, man. 24 hours, every 24 hours, it's pain, it's nothing but pain. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep, it hurts to move from side to side, it hurts to eat. Please, I'm telling you, change our lives out there. We can stick together, make some money, make everything easier for our people out here, man, because there's so much time that has been wasted.
Bro, they just gonna keep on doing it. They just keep on showing us, like they gonna put it right in our face. Like, y'all can do all this protesting, all this shit. We just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. I totally agree with that. Like, I feel like we've been saying that shit for the past fucking 3 years, son. Because what's changed?
And what kills me is not only that, is the audacity of they follow the same script. There was a knife in the car. Like, okay, now we're doing it. Let's demonize the victim. Like, dude, you would think.
Oh, the media plays the hardest part of like how they gonna tell how they gonna skip this shit.
What I'm saying is, like, when we were simpler as a people, as a culture, I understand how y'all could get away with it. We're sophisticated enough to call it and be like, this is what the media does. It's all over the internet. We all be saying this is what the media does. So I would think that the media and the people, the powers that be, will get smart.
No,
like, we're not going to do that because they think we're going to do that. No, they still do it.
It seems like when the protesters are black, the media uses some pretty harsh words.
The bad guys,
lawlessness, looting,
wild animals,
criminals, and thugs.
Thugs. Isn't it the right word?
However, if you're white and you're tearing up the city because of a game, you're just young people.
Young people danced on a flipped-over car.
As UK fans did stupid things.
Some maybe got a little out of control.
Seeing a scene like this just shows how passionate the UK fans are.
It's so tough to lose, and unfortunately the ugly side that we sometimes see in sports.
Cops over there just standing there.
No one was really doing anything.
These guys look like they could be watching a parade. And why is it that the leadership of the black community is always called into question?
Where is the leadership?
Leadership.
The black leadership.
The absence of leadership.
And it goes back to leadership, but that leadership has to come from the community.
But no one ever questions the leadership of white parents who let their kids burn down and vandalize their college campus.
These are just young college students who think they're playing some kind of a game with police officers.
You know, sometimes they don't even call a white riot a riot.
Party gone awry.
Some fans got a bit too rowdy after the win.
A dispute, a bloody brawl. There was some type of altercation.
Waco, 170 arrested, 9 people dead.
They're not thugs.
Baltimore, no deaths, but it's a riot, chock full of thugs.
Thugs.
Just thugs.
Do you see the comment sections? That tells you everything.
And that's pause. And that's when we gotta compare it to Kenosha Killer.
Yes.
Because we look at the comment sections under the Kenosha Killer, and you look at the comment sections under Jacob Blake, and Jacob Blake was shot in the back by cops. And this dude just shot 2 protesters because he felt like it. 17-year-old, not supposed to have a gun, wants to be a cop. And the defenses that they putting up for that little domestic terrorist, and the shit that they giving Jacob Blake.
And that's just not a couple of people, son. That's legions upon legions of people that feel like that. Didn't they just raise like
100K?
100K.
He really was like a little crazy deranged kid.
He's a kid.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that I keep.
No, he's a grown ass man. Yep. That's how I fucking feel. Because whenever our 17-year-olds be fucking doing some shit, they make us men. Khalid Browner was fucking 16 years old. Had that man in that bitch like, no, we want to play a grown ass domestic fucking terrorist. That's what the hell he is. Because I'm man, fuck him. Like this shit. It blows me because when you look at the amount of defenses, dog, the police chief was saying that if this motherfucker I have a video?
Did you see the police chief? Oh my God!
Play that shit.
Persons who were out after the curfew became engaged in some type of disturbance, and persons were shot. Everybody involved was out after the curfew. I'm not going to make a great deal of that, but the point is the curfew's in place to protect. Had persons not been out involved in violation of that, perhaps the situation that unfolded would not have happened. So the last night, a 17-year-old individual from Antioch, Illinois, was involved in the use of firearms to resolve whatever conflict was in place. The result of it was 2 people are dead.
But he was out past curfew.
He was involved in the use of firearms. He didn't shoot nobody, guys. He was involved in the use of firearms.
Wait. So listen, he's saying they're out past curfew, so they're out. Their death is on them. And the person who killed them, who was also out past curfew, who's also 17 underage, who's also not even from the same place, did the right thing.
That is such bullshit, and it's like that's the kind of language that
it's coded language
in the media every single fucking day.
Yep.
Like it is so subtle, but it's like they really put these assholes in the positions that they want to put them in, even if they're clearly fucking just serial killer. Like you're just a killer. Bro.
There is no way in the world that was a black 17-year-old kid
with an AR-15.
Somebody give me a nickel.
Would a motherfucker go out of his way to not say that he shot and killed people and not say that he was wrong? There's no way in the world that could have happened for anyone.
And then cops just whistled and twirled their batons as he walked past.
This is police culture, and we always talk about how culture shift takes, mad time.
Yeah.
This is just another one that's just probably just going to take mad time because it's not a matter of practice. Like, it's really a matter of just culture. Like, just decades and decades and decades.
Yeah.
This is how we operate.
People underestimate, when we look in those comment sections, how many people are racist, are like, people just think, oh, we're in progressive modes, like, and it's like, no, son, there's a lot of towns filled with a lot of hateful people and backwoods people that vote, that dude, I saw some shit earlier, some motherfucker was like, oh, the Black Panther died of ass cancer, that's what he gets because he's a Hollywood faggot, and I'm like,
backwoods bullshit. I preach this shit all the time. We gotta fucking remember that this country only has a few major cities. Most of America is small fucking towns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most of the country is just backwoods, podunk, fucking white country BS.
That connects the big cities together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like big city, small town, small town, small town, small town, big city, small town, small town, small town, small town, big city, small. It's like
every state got a big city and 100 small towns around that big city.
That's a fucking wave of motherfuckers that feel like this.
I mean, but dog, you talking about people who ancestors and grandparents watch lynchings for barbecues, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Picnics.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't expect no fucking empathy, sympathy, or any kind of thief from any motherfuckers.
I think there is such a thing as reverse racism, and I could be a reverse racist if I wanted to. All I would need would be a time machine, right? And what I'd do is I'd get in my time machine, I'd go back in time to before Europe colonized the world, right? And I'd convinced the leaders of Africa, Asia, the Middle East, Central and South America to invade and colonize Europe, right? Just occupy them, steal their land and resources, set up some kind of like, I don't know, trans-Asian slave trade where we exported white people to work on giant rice plantations in China. Just ruin Europe over the course of a couple of centuries so all their descendants would want to migrate out and live in the places where black and brown people come from. But of course, in that time, I'd make sure I set up systems that privilege black and brown people at every conceivable social, political, and economic opportunity. The white people would never have any hope of real self-determination. Just every couple of decades, make up some fake war as an excuse to go and bomb them back to the Stone Age and say it's for their own good because their culture's inferior, and then, just for kicks, subject white people to colored people's standards of beauty, so they end up hating the color of their own skin, eyes, and hair. If, after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of that, I got on stage at a comedy show and said, hey, what's the deal with white people? Why can't they dance? That would be reverse racism.
There's these growing feelings that it's like what we said about how when the Me Too movement popped off, right? So many motherfuckers were getting got that there's this resentment that started happening amongst certain men because they're like, oh man, all them out to get us. So when that resentment begins, then if a woman slips in any way, there's gonna be cheering by some people because finally, because they in their mind have made it us versus them instead of realizing what the real problem is. It happens again when you look at like, you know what I mean, when we get take some of these monuments down, take some of these white people out. So then there's some certain white people that get in that regard of, man, these black people keep on changing the way shit is, or these social justice warriors, or these progressive, whatever the fuck they want to name it. You know what I mean? And then so with anything happens that they can get a win, they're like, oh, we gonna jump on that. And that's what Kenosha Killer feels like. Oh, some people hate the protests are happening. Some people hate that any progress is happening. And so in all their hate, they're not saying it out loud for sure, but when they can hear some shit of, oh, some protesters got shot, I've been wanting to shoot a protester forever.
We're judged by the color of our skin. Treated like 3/5 of a person. Thank God there's rentawhiteman.com.
Rent a white man.
Rent a white man. Rentawhiteman.com. From the makers of Rent a Man, rentawhiteman.com provides black people with a white male representative to interact for them in everyday situations.
My Rent a White Man went house hunting for me. He not only got a great price, but also wasn't discouraged from moving into the area by the realtor, the families across the street, or random shouting white people.
My Rent a White Man comes with a 3-piece suit. Now, people aren't afraid of me on the street because the presence of a white man validates my existence.
My Rent a White Man walked to the store, wore my casual clothes, went to work, drove my car, got takeout, carried things in his hands, and even got pulled over by the police. If I had done literally any of those things, I'd eventually be shot.
I'd be shot.
I'd be shot. So rent a white man.
With this white on white crime, you dig? Like, white folks really hate to look at their own self in the mirror of the white on white crime that they create. Because if they did, they'll see like, damn, we are a bunch of fucked up people.
All that have been, at least all the American wars have been white on white crimes. Because I work for one of them. The thing is, they glorify war. They glorify the war. I mean, World War II Museum. I walk through there. There's so many stories of all the different, World War II veterans everywhere that people can be reading or whatnot, but no, people are so fixated by the guns that are displayed there. They are over there looking, and they're looking at, like, the equipment. I'm like, this is dumb. And they're mostly white. They're white people, first off. It's not black people. There's not many black people that go through that anyway.
Because we got fucked.
But,
we got fucked by
if you think about
wars.
it in the grand scheme of things, like, there is a fascination, I need a better way for that. A fetishism.
Yeah.
With war, guns, and just like having some sort of war situation. I don't know why Game of Thrones comes to my head, but like there was a lot of war and like fighting in that. I mean, I love Game of Thrones, but like there's still like there's this essence of
conquer.
Yeah, like some sort of battle. The battles are like that's where they get excited, and that's where. I don't know how to really describe it. It's something that I can't necessarily empathize with, but I see it happen all the time.
things? Well, we like war. We like war. We're a warlike people. We like war because we're good at it. And you know why we're good at it? Because we get a lot of practice. Can't educate our young people, can't get health care to our old people, but we can bomb the shit out of your country, all right? Huh? We can bomb the shit out of your country, all right? Especially if your country is full of brown people. Oh, we like that, don't we? That's our hobby. That's our new job in the world, bombing brown people. Iraq, Panama, Grenada, Libya, you got some brown people in your country. Tell them to watch the fuck out. Can you remember can you remember any white people we've ever bombed? The Germans, those are the only ones, and that's only because they were trying to cut in on our action. They wanted to dominate the world. Bullshit, that's our fucking job. That's our fucking job.
Because we keep getting gotten one way or another in a country that we're one of the minorities. Make that shit make sense? But then these motherfuckers go, oh no, they just making up the black card. Oh no, they just riding the wave. Oh no, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Motherfucker, we made y'all bootstraps. So don't tell me no fuck shit. So like, it boggles me. It all boggles me, yeah. G. Flabbergasted isn't the word, dog. I go through waves of like this high level of giving a fuck to like just sincere apathy. Because niggas getting numb as fuck to getting re-revved up because you get so numb to the fact that you look like, damn, I can't get no more number. Now I gotta go back to being mad. It happens that much. That's the word. I got a flash now because I don't even know what to do with my emotions anymore.
One goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. And it's real niggas do real fucking things.